Hello, this is Father Daniel Kim, Maryknoll Missioner, and welcome to our daily Gospel reading and reflection. Today's Gospel reading is according to St. Luke, chapter 17, verses 11 to 19. As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 lepers met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voice, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." As they were going, they were cleansed, and one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned, glorifying God in a loud voice. And he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Lord Jesus Christ. Today we celebrate the memorial of St. Martin of Tours, Bishop. He was born in Severia, which is modern-day Hungary, in the early 4th century. His father was a high-ranking cavalry officer in the Imperial Roman Army, and Martin, although he was a pacifist, was required to follow in the footsteps of his father, which he begrudgingly did by becoming a member of the cavalry corps. During his time in the military, he was inspired by the Christians whom he met and eventually decided to become baptized. There is one famous story of St. Martin where he encountered a beggar scantily dressed in the freezing cold. He then took off his cloak, cut it in half, and gave it to the beggar. Later that evening, he had a dream where Christ appeared to him wearing that very cloak he had given to the beggar, and was reminded of what Jesus spoke of in the Gospel. "Whatever you did for the least of my brothers and sisters, you have done for me." Shortly afterwards, Martin left the army and in his journey to serve God, traveled to Tours where he was instructed by Hilary of Poitiers. And although St. Martin desired to live out his days in prayer and solitude as a monk, he was called to a different vocation as the Bishop of Tours, which he did with compassion and love of his flock and that of Christ. And just as we hear today from Luke of a Samaritan, a non-Jew and unlikely source of giving thanks and praise to Jesus for being healed, St. Martin, given his background as a soldier, was also an unlikely source of dedication to God through pacifism, which reminds us that all things are possible through God. Thank you for listening to today's Gospel reading and reflection. Please be sure to tune in again tomorrow. Have a blessed and saintly day.
If you enjoyed today's Gospel reading and reflection, please make sure that you subscribe wherever you're listening to podcasts. Also, if you know somebody who may find value in today's reading, please make sure that you share it with them. To learn more about how you can support the work that Maryknoll does around the world, please visit us at maryknollsociety.org. And if you're interested in subscribing to our online magazine, please feel free to visit us at maryknollmagazine.org. Thank you once again for spending your time with us today, and God bless.